Hi guys, thanks for watching. If you're here, you've got some questions on how much does it actually cost to charge an electric vehicle. A lot of you have those questions. It's actually one of the most common questions I get asked about owning electric vehicles. Like, what does it really cost to own and live with an electric vehicle? So it's really important information for you to have if you are considering buying an electric vehicle. And it's one that I'm really happy to share with you because it's actually really good information in terms of how much money you could actually save buying an electric car over a gas-powered car. So let's just get right into it. Now, one of the areas that seems to be the hardest to compare in between a gas-powered car and an electric vehicle is, again, this particular number, because there's no equivalent unit. So I came up with a way just to compare just how much does it cost to drive any distance between a gas-powered car and electric vehicle, right? So we have an apples to apples comparison. So I'm going to give you the actual cost per mile to drive a gas-powered car filled up with gasoline as opposed to an electric vehicle filled up with electricity, right? So let's just get right into it. I made a spreadsheet and I'm going to be referring to it here. If you guys are interested, I'll try to include a copy of the spreadsheet because I'm an engineer and I just like spreadsheets. So I'll try to include a copy of it so you could actually get in there and manipulate the numbers and see how it actually compares to you, right? So let's just get right into it. So first off, I started off with a gas efficiency, miles per gallon, of a typical mid-size economy car of 30 miles per gallon, right? That's not too out of the ordinary, right? So let's go with 30 miles per gallon. Your miles may vary, right? Also, the cost of gasoline varies over time, right? It varies quite a bit, right? I remember it being below 2, and I also remember it being near 5, right? So for the sake of this analysis, let's just go with 3. So $3 per gallon, right? Which is pretty typical right now. So a gas-powered car that drives at a 30 mile per gallon efficiency, buying gas at $3 per gallon is going to give you a cost per mile of 10 cents, right? So remember that number, 10 cents per mile to drive a gas-powered car. So now let's do that same calculation for an electric vehicle, right? So here's where there's areas of just lack of information, right? So here I'm going to drop some knowledge on you here, right? So keep these numbers in your head. An electric vehicle's efficiency, electric vehicle has an efficiency just like any gas-powered car, but they're in different units, right? And I think that's an area where there's a lot of ambiguity. So most electric vehicles, or many electric vehicles, you can measure their efficiency in a unit called miles per kilowatt hour. Teslas use a different version. They tend to use watt hours per mile, but it's effectively the same number. It's just the inverse of each other. So you can just use that same unit. Let's just, for the sake of this calculation, we're going to go with miles per kilowatt hour. That's what my vehicle shows in units. The other number you need to know, well, let me pin this one down. So my electric vehicle, the BMW i3, I can average pretty easily 4 miles per kilowatt hour. I could drive it with a heavier pedal and it can be as low as 3 or 2, but on average it's around 4, and I could easily get 5 or 6 miles per kilowatt hour. But for the sake of this calculation, let's just go with 4. So we have 4 miles per kilowatt hour in terms of efficiency. Now let's go with what actually costs to charge up that car. It's going to depend on your utility, right? Because that's where you buy your electricity. Or if you have solar, what does it actually cost for you to produce electricity? For me, because I buy from my utility, off the grid, off of super off-peak rates, my utility charges me only 13 cents per kilowatt hour. Again, your utility may vary. It may vary on the time of day, may vary on the time of year. So check with your utility what they charge you per kilowatt hour, but that's the unit that we're going to go with. So again, mine charges me 13 cents per kilowatt hour. So let's go with those units. 4 miles per kilowatt hour and 13 cents per kilowatt hour. So putting that into the calculator, an electric vehicle with those numbers only costs 3 cents per kilowatt, 3 cents per mile. Remember, a gas-powered car, 30 miles per gallon at $3 per gallon, at $3 to buy the gasoline, that was 10 cents per mile. And for an equivalent electric vehicle, 3 cents. So you can see it's a significant difference in the amount that you're actually going to be paying to charge, significantly less for an electric vehicle. Let's extrapolate that though for over a year. I did in the calculation, I did 12,000 miles. So that same gas-powered car that costs 10 cents per mile, that's going to cost $1,200 per year to fill up with gasoline. Whereas that equivalent electric vehicle over 12,000 miles is only going to cost $390. So a significant difference in savings there, $1,200 as opposed to $390. So yeah, there's a big savings in electric vehicles, and that's why, you know, I like sharing this information to as many people as possible because there's a significant savings there. So I hope you found that information useful. If you have any more questions, shoot them down in the comments below. And if you think other friends might find this useful, again, share this link with them, and hopefully you all will see the benefits of driving an electric vehicle too. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.